Hi everyone, welcome to the live charting session for the Crypto Foundry. My name is Floki, and today we're going to be covering a few coins and the general market. We're going to be covering Bitcoin, Ethereum, SLP, RUNE, ZIL, and NEAR. And also, I'm probably going to touch out on Bitcoin dominance as well. So let's get things started here. Started out with CoinMarketCap. So I changed up my columns a little bit. I went to get the weekly percentage change on each coin and the monthly as well. 24-hour volume, circulating supply, total market cap, and the chart for the last 7 days. The only thing that I might change next time maybe is I might add this one as well. It's a little more straightforward, but it tells you what's going on there. Actually, looking at this top three here, I think Tether has an interesting curve on it in the last 7 days. Everybody in the past maybe 40, 45 days was expecting a depeg of Tether. So this is actually a really encouraging chart. So Bitcoin, yeah, so we're up like 6% on the week, almost 23% on the month. 24-hour volume is not that high, so we're actually moving pretty much sideways on the 7-day trend. So let's look at the chart here. Zoom out as always. Get rid of the oscillators, just look for the yellow wave count. So here there are actually two possibilities. You got this either being the peak of wave 5, which I put probably up here, right? Or this is the peak of B and wave 5 going way back up here. So you either got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this, which is, it's actually looking like it could be that. And after that, you can have this could be a solid ABC. I think this will be my main count now. We'll redo it for the next one. I like this trend line a lot, so I'm not going to delete it. I almost did there. But as you can see, as you draw it out, it has been relevant in the past. It declined here, and I'm pretty sure we're going to get another rejection down there. So what if we zoom in just a little bit and, oh, I lost the count. Just give me a second. I want to see these on the 8-hour as well. So visibility, hours, about 8 to 23, right there. All right, sorry for my voice. Getting rid of COVID slowly. So with that perspective in, gonna get rid of these, just a bit of noise. How many are there? Oh, is it locked? Okay. So as you know, after an impulse followed by a correction, this is not a flat. It looks pretty zigzaggy. My reflex would be to have this as an A, B, and a C right there. Actually going to change the style, bring it up to micro, move this up a bit. Don't need these superfluous right now. Probably super easy to count 5 waves in here if you zoom in. This is a clear B. 1, 2. This is a Let's zoom in just a bit more. Because I'm looking for divergences here. This is high, very high volume for it to be a wave 5. So in that optic, I am expecting another lower low or a double bottom. But we could be looking at a truncated fifth here because this is clearly just let me clean up a bit. So many drawings. This is what happens when you keep using the same chart for everything. So you probably have how am I going to draw this? This is probably your wave 1 right here. Or in the worst case, actually, it could be this could be your wave 1 with a B here, with a wave 2 here, a shallow wave 2. And then, so this would be the length of your wave 1, and your wave 3 would be double. So since you have an extended wave 3, you have a decent chance of having a truncated fifth, which would end. Let's take this wave 1 length back and see where it brings us. So I would be expecting a maximum retrace of just below 15,000. However, let's use the fib extension tool. And wait, that was assuming that it's over, and I don't think it is. I think we're going to come and tap up here onto this trend line. So I think we're going to be expecting anywhere between the golden pocket and the one-to-one extension for the bottom. So in the case that we don't go lower, the bottom is technically already in, but from an Elliott wave standpoint, the bottom might not be in. So that's what we have. Let's just draw the count out just to make it clear. And 3, and 4, and 5. Change the degree, submicro. And do that so we'll be able to count the subwaves with one more degree down afterwards. So yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but the total market cap really jumped more than Bitcoin jumped. So let's go to the total here and add, I don't know how this is going to look, but let's try it anyway. Let's add Bitcoin chart onto there. So you see Bitcoin jumped a little bit, but the total market cap actually jumped double that. It's really impressive what it does to the market when Bitcoin goes sideways but slightly up. So let's just go back and remove that right here. There's just to show you that the factor of X when Bitcoin moves. All right, so that's for Bitcoin. Let's zoom back out to the daily. Get a look at that count. Now that we have an idea of where we think Bitcoin's going to bounce, we look to the left side of the chart and we try to find some confluence. So I had this line here. It bounced like, what's the date? 21st of December 2020. It had a bounce on that blue line here. And since then, since the 15th of June, it's actually been rendered a little bit irrelevant, maybe actually since July. It was retested a few times, rejected here. I don't think it's a relevant line anymore, so we can remove it. I'm going to be adding, well, actually, let's just take that line back and just move it. I'm going to move it down to this spot, and I'm going to copy it to this spot. So you see both those lines are coming right into our box right there. I would give more preponderance to this one. It would also give us a nice bullish divergence if we put the oscillators on. If it comes down here, we should end like slightly above the neckline of the 30 RSI, and we should probably be in positive rock indicator, as well as maybe histogram will be positive, or maybe it'll just make a slightly negative blip, something like this maybe. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens there. So that's my outlook for Bitcoin. This would be my main count. Let's just take a picture of that. All right. Let's also do the alt count but because of how long it's taking, I'm having more and more doubts on the validity of it. I mean, if you measure in time, you have wave 3 taking 218 days, and we now would have wave 4 on double that. It's not ideal. It's possible, but it's not ideal. So the alt count for that would be this here. A, B on top, expanded flat, and wave C. In which case we zoom in here, redo our count. This would no longer be an ABC on the way down. This moves all the way here. This is no longer good except for the final wave. In this case, we would have a diagonal in lieu of C. One, two, three, 4, and 5. So no matter what, no matter the count, the correction seems to be almost over. Instead of having us count this as a C, we count it as a wave 3, 4, and 5. So it comes down almost exactly to the same thing. So we can zoom out and take a picture of that as well. The only thing I don't like, well actually we could just measure it with a line. This being wave 1. Wave 3 is short, but the only rule that we need to respect really is that wave 3 cannot be the shortest. So wave 1 is not extended. Wave 3 is definitely not extended. And wave 5 cannot be extended, and it cannot exceed the length of wave 3. So depending on where it stops, I think that takes us like right back down to like 0 or something. Yeah. This is why I don't like this count so much anymore. So yeah, I think the previous count where we have all 5 waves finished is definitely the primary count. So let's see if we go back, undo what we did. It's a lot of undoings. I think we could just move this year, and this would be our count right there. Okay, let's take a look at dominance now. Dominance is always an interesting chart for me, especially when I'm trying to recenter myself. So yeah, wow, look at that. I haven't opened this chart in a while. It looks like it really followed the red chart. But nevertheless, I think we're going to just redo this one here. Remove the arrows. We don't need them anymore. Just knowing that this followed almost exactly is good. I didn't expect for us to be this low and for the market cap to still remain this low. But that's crypto. So let's zoom back out. This chart, dominance, is not a regular chart. It's not made to ever go back up to the moon, you know, close to 100% because of the nature of it. I mean, Bitcoin will never again be almost 100% of the total market cap of crypto. So we're expecting it to go lower and lower. So let's delete this, this. Get rid of the arrows. Don't need the lines no more. It's probably not a triangle anymore at this point, right? So let's get the oscillators in. This is clearly a fifth wave here. Actually, I don't know, man. It's tough. I used to have the premise that this was a triangle and that we needed a fifth, but it's not a triangle anymore. I think this is maybe 5 of 3. We have an ABC up here of some sort. Yeah, no choice. So let's do this here. Where is 5 going to end? We don't know. I'm still expecting another alt season at some point. We're not there yet, but we're going to need to zoom in and see the waves. At some point, we will need to bounce off this. And I think the time is soon. We have been diverging for some time now. First divergence being probably here. Really not that much. All right, okay. The only waves I see in here, I probably have this as being wave 1 or something. And we need something big here for wave 3. This is a lot harder than it usually is because it's not acting the same way as Bitcoin right now. So this is the way I probably would have it. This structure here, I see it going all the way into 2023. It can go like diagonally, and it can go on forever as well. So, but I'm expecting a small bounce very soon. Um, I'm short-term bullish, very short-term, like in the next 24 to 48 hours, and mid-term bearish, as you can see from, whoops, let's get rid of that. As you can see from the Bitcoin chart that we did just a while ago, I'm expecting us to bounce down from uh, this zone here. I don't know how low we'll go, but this might be a little too ambitious, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see close to 20K again before long. So let's move on to Ethereum. Actually, since this live charting session was supposed to be yesterday, I already went ahead and did a little bit of charting on my own. So this one should be fairly expeditive. I was asked for an ETH count yesterday, so this is what I have. And actually, if we go into the ideas that I published one on June 24th. And if you click the play button, it's pretty much playing out the way we expected it. So what I did is on the chart, I actually just moved the top of the line to where I think it's going to stop, and I moved it over. So that's why the line is moved here. This is the count. Let's zoom out and do the count from scratch. So as for Bitcoin, I have the count done here. 1 being the top of the 2017 bull run, 3 being this one with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here, finishing in November of last year. And we have an ABC down. This could still be WXY, but I'm marking it as ABC because the count also works. So we're just waiting to see where this will end. If we put the oscillators on, move this around a bit, and see, we're not quite diverging yet on some of the indicators. Actually, on this one we are. Yeah, so the MTF is actually calling for some bearish retrace here, but I'm not convinced we don't go and visit the limits of 2100 before going back down. Actually, let's put this right here because I like this fib a lot and it's very, very accurate. Let's do this. And also, guys, when you look at my charts, don't necessarily look at the timeline. I just draw these lines up so they look good. It's rare that the price is going to follow the line on the timeline and the price action. If I had to choose one, price action would be what I wanted to follow and not the timeline anyway. So yeah, I expect this move, if it's a bullish one, if we're finished, to end soon and come back down. I have some coins where the retrace, the correction is over, like Ethereum and a few others. There's also a bullish case for where Bitcoin is not completely finished either. So this is my count for Ethereum. Let's save that image and move on to SLP. SLP is something I want to take a look at on CoinMarketCap as well, because its fundamentals are sort of mixed up right now. There's a discrepancy between the circulating supply and the market cap versus diluted market cap. I don't know necessarily how to analyze that, but it makes me doubt the coin and makes me doubt the TA's validity on the coin as well. So if we click on news, we could dive into this fundamental analysis all we want, but at the end of the day, the charts are more important to me, and that's what I want to focus on. So I think this would be in purple list, SLP. There we go. Zoom out. I wonder if any other charts have a better history. What does this start? April 2021. This is the one I'm on already. Let's try KuCoin. That's actually later. All right, let's go back. I don't like these kinds of charts where it starts out and it keeps falling from the start, even if this is a bottoming pattern. I had previous counts legit thought that this might have been a 1-2 happening, but it's actually it's actually more of a wave 4 and start of 5. This is a horrible chart, guys. I don't like it at all. Where would I enter? I don't know. This is already divergent. Maybe what we could do is draw lines. I don't know. This is negative, man. When you have to put a line on 0, it's not a good thing. There we go. That is 0. I don't want to chart this coin at all. I mean, you guys can see. You guys can see. The only place I would maybe buy a bag is if it like came back down to this here, like right there, 00341. I might buy some. Only exception. Now I'm moving on to another coin because this is depressing. All right, RUNE. RUNE. Everybody loves RUNE, right? What do we got here? This is actually not a bad chart. I just need to move this count just a bit. At the Foundry, most of the people have bags from these two zones. So we're in that zone actually at the moment on the second zone. But I do want to recount this. This is no longer an ABC, right? This is no longer a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You see, there's only delete charts. It's all right to be wrong. This does look like a leading diagonal even when zoomed out, but I'm going to delete the count because I want to start over. It's important to have clean charts. It's fun to come back to something that you've been right about, but it's fun to start with clean charts anyway. All right, so what is this? Doesn't look like a triangle. It can't be a triangle. Since this is obviously a wave 2. So we have to get that out of our heads. Let's start the macro count. This is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just put those there as placeholders. Let's put it at this. No, I don't like that. It's ugly. Subminuet. All right. So this is a combo. Since it's not a triangle, it has to be a combo. What is it? Is it a double three or a triple three? A, B, C, W, no, W, X, Y. Does that look good? I actually think it does. This looks like the dominant count for this one. It also supports the fact that this would be a leading diagonal on a small wave one. It's probably a fractal to something that we could see around this range here. Yeah, look at this right here. I think it looks exactly like this. Needs to complete. Might come down here and then start launching again. I just want to toggle on the Floki secret sauce here to see if we don't got a buy signal yet on the 3 days. We don't got a buy signal on the 2 day. We've had two. I think we're going to print one or two more before we launch. I'm probably going to set an alert on my indicator for when the next daily buy signal comes in and buy a bag to add to my already existing bag. This coin, guys, has me so excited. This is still a valid point of take profit for me. So yeah, I'm not going to do the subwave count on this. I want to concentrate on the macro count. So I'm going to take a picture of this count. I'm just going to move these out of the way. They're not relevant right now. So yeah, I guess we could draw, let's put these as micro. We could draw the ABCs down here. This is A, B, and C. Submicro, we have A, B, and C. And this one is actually a lot bigger. But this one is an impulse, which is beautiful. A. This doesn't look very much like a B, but I'm going to take it anyway. Unless, let me see here. This could be ABC of B. So yeah, let's zoom back out and take the picture. There we go. That's it for RUNE. Let's move on to ZIL. ZIL must be in one of these here. There we go. ZIL is another coin that I've had a hard time charting with regards to waves. What's difficult here is pinpointing wave 3 in this wave. Actually has to be this one because of RSI and volume. But damn, look at this here. Okay, so let's assume this is wave 1. Now we need to determine, I think it's fairly easy to say that this is a flat right here. So wave 2 would be here. 3, 4, 5 placeholders. We can place these later, doesn't really matter, because Elliott wave is all about charting what happened in the past and trying to anticipate what may be coming. It's easier to do that when you know that wave 2 cannot be a triangle and almost exclusively, not almost exclusively zigzags, but flats are possible as well as combos from what we were charting a while ago. So, bum bum. This is impulsive. The structure here. This is corrective. Maybe it's not a running flat either. Um, so this would be an ABC. Ending diagonal. And then we have what's making this a flat is the fact that you have this wave coming up almost to 90%. You have the B wave coming up almost 90% of the length of A, which qualifies it as a flat. And you have the C wave with an extended wave 1 coming down here, going past the start of the ending of wave A. So ZIL looks like it could not be done. So when we're trying to measure something like that, the relationship of A to C is something that's important. So we'll do a fib extension A to B, which gives us places where it could end. And here it's not very relevant because it's lower than the start of A of wave 1. And so we'll just delete that since it doesn't really make sense. Anyway, our invalidation point for this count is, let's move this line down here, just over 1 cent. So I have read recently, like I'm always reading about Elliott waves, that there's a relationship when one is extended, you're going to have the length of the length of 3 plus 3 to 5 would be like 6/1/8 of wave 1. So let's try and do it from that point of view, like that. So according to this could be the bottom. This could be the ending right here. And if I had to place a bet on where we'd get another bounce, it would be in this zone right here. Because this, contrary to other coins, this doesn't look like it's completely done yet. It's getting rejected almost for a fourth time at the 5 cent mark. So yeah, haven't done this in a while, guys. I'm very excited. Creating a node and zone for ZIL right there. Since we expect it not to go that low, it's not going to create a divergence per se. So let's get rid of the oscillators. And let's take a picture of that. Crazy how you zoom in where like the Elliott waves, they just move. So we have C and the end of 2 on the Odin zone. My hair in my mouth. It sucks. All right, save that. I'm going to post it in the Foundry entry zones in a little bit once the video is over. And let's move on. I keep unplugging my mic. Let's move on to near. Here we go. Oh yeah, we charted the hell out of this coin in the past few weeks, right? So I'll pull up this chart. It actually does look good. I like it. I think we just need to zoom in. I'm curious here what the Floki secret sauce says. Probably didn't print on 3 days, but I'm willing to bet that it did on the 2-day and the daily. Oh, not yet. Wow. There we go. Holy shit. Okay. Very exciting. I actually have an open short order on this coin. I think I have it. Let me check here. 634. That's where my short order is. This is not the right chart though. Nope. But the count, the macro count is very valid. So I just want to take a picture of this right here. And my order is based on this chart, which is horrible because I'm trading on perp, right? Let's go down, way down to the 6-hour to find my entry zone. I'm fairly convinced we're going to come up here and visit this zone here. There's too much confluence. I measured, what did I measure? I measured the retrace of wave 4 into the 1618, and I also measured the wave extension 1 to 3, and 1.618 is actually a very good ratio. And they fall exactly at the same spot. So I can't ignore that. And if we zoom out, there is confluence here and here for rejections, and actually support here if we go back just a little bit further. So yeah, I have a short zone here. I haven't shared it with the Foundry because it's a high risk trade yet. But if we get up there and it gets closer and I evaluate that the level of risk is lower, I will possibly share it. I think like if we get up here and we're still not above this line here, I will definitely share it with the group. So yeah, that's actually it for the live charting today. I probably gonna want to touch more on the USDT dominance chart the next time we have a live charting session, because I think it's gonna grow in importance in the market. So as you guys can see, I don't focus a whole lot on news, events, and fundamental analysis because we don't care. Technical analysts believe that those factors are factored in fairly quickly into the price. So yeah, if the Fed decides to move the interest rate up, the market's already adjusted by the time it's announced because everybody already knows ahead of time. So it's useless to us. So yeah, I'm Floki. Come and join us at the Foundry. We can teach you, even if you know nothing about technical analysis and trading. We will take you from point A to point B in no time. Give us a try. Give me a follow, subscribe. See you next time.